can see clearly now the rain is gone.
All right, it is the day after that huge shake up in the market yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit about semiconductors today. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners as well today. First, we're going to start with the earnings calendar for the day. Not a lot going on today. The biggest names I'm seeing so far are the defense contractors, RTX and LMT, so Lockheed Martin and RTX. Both of them, to the surprise of no one, are doing exceptionally well. They both beat by double digits, RTX by 11.45% and LMT by 16.43%. Also, to no one's surprise, Boeing missed by 82.96%. So, on their earnings. So those are the three big boys that already reported this morning. Let's see if there's anything else. Royal Caribbean was up 8.91%. That's pretty cool. That's great. GM up 3%. That's actually a surprise. Let's see, anybody else? Investco beat by 10.61% this morning. I don't know, JetBlue. So airlines have been doing really well this quarter. I don't know what's going on. Is everyone still revenge traveling? Is that still a thing that's going on? But American Airlines did super well on their earnings as well. They fell off with bad guidance, but that probably is happening with JetBlue as well. But their earnings were really, really good. Let's see here. Is there anything else that I should be aware of on here? No. Okay. That's that. That's just a bank. Banks are doing crazy well this quarter. Anyways, now we're going to go back to DeepSeek here, and this is an interesting little tidbit about this here. So there is speculation that the DeepSeek, the company that made DeepSeek, actually has H100s that they're not supposed to have. So they're saying that they don't, and that they made it with a lot less money than they may have actually made it with. Because if they did get their hands on H100s, you better believe they had to severely overpay to get those things, since it was illegal for anyone to ship them to them, to sell them to them because of sanctions. So skirting sanctions is expensive. Anyways, you can see here Alexander Wang, CEO of Scale AI, he said that they have that DeepSeek has approximately 50,000 H100 NVIDIA chips, which is something that they cannot disclose because of the export controls. And obviously, if they were to disclose that, that would close the pipeline they were using to get these things. Okay, so that is important. And Elon Musk did agree with that on an X post where he said, and we're going to put that in quotes, obviously. So here's what I'm going to propose about this sell-off on the semiconductor space here in the United States. It doesn't matter if you and I believe that DeepSeek is better or is doing this more cheaply. What matters is, do the hyperscalers believe it? Do the CEOs like Alexander, like Elon, like, I can't remember the name of the CEO of Google, like Bezos, those individuals, do they believe it? Do they believe that they're doing this without the latest NVIDIA chips? That's what matters, because they're the ones buying them. And if they truly believe, and this article here suggests as that they don't believe it, based on what they have said. Alexander gave an interview where he said this. Elon posted agreeing with it, to big CEOs here. If they don't believe that DeepSeek is doing this cheaper than them, if they don't believe that it can be done with cheaper non-NVIDIA chips, then they're going to be buying more, right? So that's what I'd like to lead with today. If the people doing the AI spend don't believe that DeepSeek is actually achieving this without the latest chips on hand, then we got nothing to worry about. That's basically what I'm saying. We got nothing to worry about in that scenario. And I'm looking over at another screen I've got here, and NVIDIA is actually selling off today. It's kind of brutal, actually. Let's go ahead and get into the charts. Okay, so we got our miners here. That's kind of a mixed bag of miners here. It's up, down, all around. Some are up a little bit. Some are flat, some are down a tiny bit. It's still a little bit of a bleed off today, which can be expected. That's an expected bleed off here. I'm kind of surprised to still see MicroStrategy dipping while Bitcoin is going up ever so slightly. I mean, it's going up ever so slightly, but I mean, MicroStrategy is down almost 2%, while Bitcoin is up 0.5%. So that's kind of interesting there, I guess, possibly because they did that buy of Bitcoin and then it kind of fell off a little bit from where they bought it. So that could be feeding into that potentially. I'm not certain. Sol kind of just continuing to charge up, ETH continuing to be flat. And that's it for for crypto right now. Let's go take a look here. Nvidia is down. Okay, I was looking at like a 5-minute chart because I might day trade this later. So it's only down 0.5%. That's really nothing to worry about. Stoxel being down 3%. That sucks. So I did buy this yesterday. I bought a whole bunch of this. I bought a few $1,000s worth of this yesterday. And right now, I'm definitely down right now, a couple of percent, like maybe 5-6% down on this thing right now. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm going to let the dust settle. I want to see what the Fed is going to do, what they're going to say. I am seeing a megaphone pattern here, and we are at the bottom of the megaphone. Unless we're going to break the bottom of this megaphone and drop all the way down to $17 on Stoxel, I'm not too concerned here. This is an area of support. This is support where we're at right now. This line right here represents the support of the megaphone, and if we come off the bottom of the megaphone, guess where the top of the megaphone is? Yep, it's up near $40 here, and that's just going into the first 2 weeks of February. That's just like 2.5 weeks from now, the top of the megaphone. So, and we've touched the, let's see, the bottom of the megaphone we've touched twice. The top we've touched 1, 2, 3 times almost. Yeah, 3 times we've touched the top, and we touched the bottom twice. So wouldn't be surprised to see this come all the way back up. I mean, even if it gets halfway up here, I'm making some profit. So I'm not too concerned about that. Even if it just goes back up to $30, that's $6 profit from where we currently are. So I'm not too concerned about Stoxel. I do think that these are some of the best companies in the world, not just in the United States. And I am liking this basing pattern that we've got here on Stoxel itself. And let's take a look here at some of these companies right now. Like Nvidia is down 1% today now. It looks like it wants to revisit those lows. Now, if we sweep these lows here from yesterday, if we sweep the lows from yesterday, that's going to suck. Let me get some more indicators up here, some different ones. Let's go boop, boop. There we go. Okay, so we're trading below the 200-day moving average. We do need to recover that thing. We are trading below the 200-day moving average, but look at this. Look at this. This is the bottom ATR band. We're outside of it. Let me turn on a Bollinger Band. And I have the 3x Bollinger Band. So if we go Bollinger Band down, this is I believe I still have this on the 3x, right? Let me see here. Bollinger Band. Do I have it here or do I have it deeply in the code? It's in the code. Okay. I know it's a 3. Anyways, multiplier. 3. Okay. So we went outside of it once yesterday. Today, we would have to come all the way down to 111 to go back outside of it again. So we're currently not touching the bottom Bollinger Band on the 3x. If you change that to a 2, it would be both inside of it, so which is the average, which is the normal setup for it. Is a 2. I just like 3 because I like catching extremes when I'm looking at the bottom Bollinger Band. Like, you know, anywhere down here, boom, it comes up, down here, comes up again. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this come back up again. This was huge volume though. Look at that. Look at that. Massive volume on this red candle right here. Look at this. That we haven't seen volume this big since the last time we saw volume that big was all the way back here on April. That's a lot, so almost a year ago was the last time we saw a volume bar this big. So the way I like to look at volume and volume bars in terms of doing volume analysis is if we get a green candle. When we get a green candle that gets above the body of this candle, so 124.83, when we get a green candle that goes above that, this thing is going to close this gap real fast. Basically, all these bears would be defeated at that point. Basically, it's like, oh, we have to, even if it's not huge volume, if we get a green bar that opens and closes above 124.83, we're going to close that gap and we're going to do it in a hurry. We're going to basically do an island reversal in that situation. Now, it's not happening yet. That is not happening yet. This thing's actually still selling off pretty badly. It is accelerating. It's accelerating quickly. So we'll see here maybe in a day or two, maybe next week. We'll see what the Fed has to say about this. That's going to be concerning. That's going to be interesting. Everything is still down again. ARM is up a teeny tiny bit, but everything else is down. This is my semiconductor panel here. The only thing up is ARM today. Everything else is down by at least 1%. Except QCOM only down 0.5%, Marvel down 0.25%, Vertiv again another 4.6%. I actually really like this for Vertiv right down here. I like Vertiv down here. Let me get rid of this one. Let me get rid of this one. I like this down here. This is getting very close to where I first started watching it. If you've been with the channel for a while, you know I started following this thing on this little flag right here, back here in August. I started following it, and then it just like took off and then took off and then took off and then took off, and now it dropped off, and it dropped off beautifully. And I mean, it's not like these things aren't going to need liquid cooling anymore. They're going to still need liquid cooling. It's not like the U.S. is just going to stop with the AI spend. They just committed $100 billion to it with the option to go up to $500 billion on this spend. Think of this as something similar to maybe like the space race. We were locking horns with Russia at that time, trying to get to the moon. Guess who had a head start on that? Well, it was Russia. Guess who landed there first? Us. Now, I mean, we did have technically a head start on AI, but we have yet to see if this is the genuine article out of DeepSeek. There is serious speculation that they are indeed using the latest chips in their data center, and if the hyperscalers believe it, they will spend as if it is true. So that is probably likely to bring us back here to where companies like Vertiv that are providing the cooling solutions for the latest chips will likely see a rebound as soon as the dust settles. So we're going to be watching for that. Same thing here though. This candle here, we want to see this come back up above 117. Back above 116.74. So basically, yeah, 117. Basically, this fib level right here. As soon as we get back above that, we've conquered this big red candle. We conquer that big red candle, then we conquer the gap. Okay. So think of it that way. I do think I wouldn't discount the American stock market ever. The American market, I would never discount that. I would not discount the what a rivalry will do for our economy and for the innovation in the United States. They just gave us a challenge, and challenging us usually results in some pretty amazing things coming out of that. So it's just going to push American ingenuity. It's just going to push these companies to try harder, to do better. And honestly, there hasn't been a point in time in history where they have not risen to the occasion. So I'm not too worried about this at all. To be honest, I'm really not worried about it at all. So anyways, let's see. Is there anything else going on here that's interesting? Not really. Meta up again. Apple up again. We got Apple earnings going on, I believe, tomorrow, or is it tonight? Not tomorrow, Thursday. We got Apple earnings on Thursday, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it go up into earnings and then sell off. So I'll be watching that. I'll remember what I said about it filling this gap. Filled that gap. Beautiful. Amazon's actually down a little bit today. It came out of this bull flag with force, did that little retrace yesterday off of the bad news, but it was V-shaped recovery, and it's holding here. As long as it holds here, I'm actually not feeling too bad about it, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about Amazon going up into the 240s, maybe even 250s before too long. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Is there anything else? Palantir finally giving some back here. I like that. I like to see that because I've been selling covered calls on that one. My Chinese stocks look normal. Nothing too crazy going on there. PayPal suffering. Coinbase up a teeny tiny bit. SoFi had really good earnings, but they sold off. So I'm going to go ahead and wait and see what they do here. I do like that they had a bull flag here. Came up. They're doing a retest down of that support. And if it starts curling back up and getting out of this dive here, I wouldn't be surprised to see that trading up again at $18-ish here. SMR stopped selling off. They sold off pretty bad yesterday because it's a nuclear power. Everyone said, we're going to need nuclear because we're going to need so much energy to run AI. And then DeepSeek came out and said, actually, you don't need that much power. But again, the dust has not settled. We do not have all of the information yet. So I wouldn't count this out yet either. But this thing sold off by 27% yesterday. And it could, if it turns out that they actually need more power than they say they're going to need, or say that they need, or anything comes out to be untrue about this in any way, we're gonna see this thing come flying right back. Let's see, who else do I want to look at right now? Oh, LMT actually must have had bad guidance because they're down 6% today, while RTX is up. Let's see what else is going on. VST kind of giving a little comeback here. PanW giving a little bit back from what it did yesterday. TEM, this is the Congress play I've been looking at. This is an AI healthcare play. It is a play that certain congressional members and retired congressional members are in. So I am also in. I'm not in it yet, but I'm watching. I shouldn't say I'm also in. I am watching. So watching this thing. Yeah, I'd like to see hold where it is right now. Maybe get above this white line, and then I'd be interested in this one. It is looking like a bull flag right now, and if that is indeed a bull flag, we can suspect that that bull flag will likely take us at least to 68, maybe even $70. So that's pretty exciting there. Anyways. That's all I've got for you today. The market is calming down. You can see things are already starting to flip green here 20 minutes into the market. Bitcoin hasn't really done anything, but MicroStrategy also hasn't done anything. Let's see if NVIDIA is going to come. NVIDIA is coming back a tiny bit there. That's nice. Soxel was down 5% for a little while there. Now it's only down 3.87%. ARM is crawling up. Marvel is crawling up. We're actually not looking too bad here. I'm not too. If we close today green, I'm going to be pretty optimistic. Even in the short term, long term, I remain optimistic. Again, I would never bet against the American economy. I would not see. I don't see the thing grinding to a halt or anything. They simply have presented a challenge, a shot across the bow, if you will, and I think these companies will rise to the occasion and come out on top of this thing. So anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.